So, continuing our saga on games you may not have tried. Fallen Legion, Sins of the Empire. Think we're getting close to the end. I think. I'm hoping we're getting close to the end because, you know, I've got Mega Man X that I gotta play. And also after this is going to be general gameplay for No Man's Sky because my group is, you know... No Man's Sky had a massive update if you don't know. So we're probably going to be back to playing that, because despite the fact that everybody thinks of it, you know, as a regular game, it is an indie game. Quite truthful. Commoners call the pox at the advent of our blessing. Fusion of the soul with the creatures of the wild. This is dreadful. You were using soulmancy to turn people into monsters. You misunderstand us, Octavia. Those that come to us will be blessed with the might beyond their imagination. So, Yawgmoth. This ends today. I will not let you create any more abominations. Hee no, this is just the beginning. I will show you what our creations can do. Oh, jeez. I know what impact. Alright, I guess I will have to do that again, as it froze. Jeez, there's no way to skip all of this. There we go. Error has resulted in a minor tax surplus. Welcome to Fortnite. March Congress Council representative has been arrested. Octavia, your reckless spending has led to a trade collapse in the city. Their blacksmiths there are now creating weapons for the legate. I will pry those swords and shields from the streets. Of course. Your shrewd negotiations saved our empire's coffers. Citizens are now able to eat twice in one day. Okay. We use our surplus to build these. So Octavia, at last you grace us with your presence. What have you done? My love, the Octavia does not recognize you anymore. Look beneath his fangs. Prince Rav Khan's soul is the same. He begged me to give him my gift, and I blessed him with power than he had ever known. Khan, I've been a trusted member of our family's council since I was a child. I will free you this tormented existence and put an end to the man's horrific actions. Okay. see you in Alliance, yeah. Aj Magnum. We're just gonna keep going with the same thing because as much as I want to change, where are you going? Council chambers. Formality. I need their approval. The council's ratification of my claim, like a command over the secondary. Can't the council wait? The capital's overrun with monsters. How many people will die? You are the princes.
Any other time, Maurice's disapproval would have been enough to cow me into doing his bidding. But my mind was full of other concerns, and I barely heard him. But something in his voice caught at my heart. I did not know what was coming, though I knew it would be terrible, and it was likely neither he nor I could survive. Whatever else I had done, or would do, perhaps I could do one last thing to please my oldest and dearest friend.
Alright. We cannot have these monsters ravage the capital to kill Leander before I do. Finally gained the support of the and its private security. Council have suddenly withdrawn their support. How dare you accuse me of treason? I have sided with your father and the Council of Princes since you were a suckling. You would be wise to remember that, Octavia.
Alicia's blessing!
Right.
Spectral gas! Alicia's blessing! With all your might! Spectral gas! Now's our chance! Spectral gas!
You have won, but I will send your battered remains to Alicia. The floor is collapsing beneath us. I see. I thought I was going to be able to move the storyline along, but it seems as though I am not. Restless rifle. Winchester. Let's see. Mow down enemies with rapid rifle fire, prompting unless he use death blow after dealing a killing blow. Select the Winchester abilities in the exemplar submenu. Great. And I can put her on the team. I really just need him to upgrade. If the music is really loud, let me know, because that's the one thing I hear about this game, is the music completely overwhelms, like, my talking. You know, when I talk. I usually only talk when other people talk to me, but yeah, sure. Valkyria. Oh, Valkyria. Yeah. I will certainly add it to the list of, you know, games that I certainly haven't heard of. When I started doing this, I'd never heard of games like this. Tales of an underground castle beneath iron scarred me, but I never thought it would be true. Powerful would open the passage, release a stampede of beasts. How old is it? Very, very old. Thanks, Grimoire. Have you played this game before? Have taken over a bank. They're demanding safe passage to a distant province. Rest, beat, fruit. Oh, there goes my chain. Again. The remaining soldiers are standing a full-scale assault on Manson's headquarters. Ooh, maybe I can hit that coveted 100. Margrave was found infiltrating some partners. Oh, I'm super close. Oh no! I was so close. It's close to the yes. What is that? Ah, at last. I'm relieved it wasn't damaged. You know what that thing is? Of course, your father and I built it. Isn't it magnificent? My father built this thing? What does it do? Why, this is the very purpose of our journey. This machine harvests souls. Void take you. Language. In any event, I'm sure it would love to, but no. You're worked up over nothing. For instance, imagine you think my machine kills people and pulls out their souls, yes? How else would a machine that harvests souls acquire them? As any school child knows, when the body dies, the soul departs the body and makes its way, well, basically back to Elysium. Or Elysium. My machine simply diverts them, just as the Soulmancer does, only on a somewhat larger scale. How much larger? Well, when it's operational, it can draw souls from all across the Empire. It's very efficient. And why, exactly, should I not destroy this abomination immediately? Because it costs a great deal of money? No, but seriously, your father did not assist me in this endeavor to satisfy his own non-inconsiderable sadism, but because he saw the need for it. You know your empire is in crisis. You've seen it in your own eyes. The hordes of monsters you've been fighting? Dripping through leaks between the world and Elysium, wild souls pressing into the fabric of the material world. These leaks are spread across the Empire, and they cannot be sealed, only plugged. Only I can plug them, and to do that, I need strength, which means I need souls. Surely you can't deny your nation is in dire straits. I just cannot see how consuming their souls is going to help plug these leaks. Are you sure this is the only way? I would have told you, but then you would have never agreed to my proposition. And wouldn't that have been a shame? We've been having so much fun together. And, though I don't wish to turn my own pages, I think that's very positive. Perhaps it's been a positive influence on you. You're so much more pleasant these days. Now, if you don't mind, there's only one thing I need from you. Which is blood. Blood? Are you going to kill me? What? Goodness no. Yuck. That's awful. What kind of monster do you think I am? No, no, no. I only need a few drops. The machine has a, I suppose you could say, a taste for royal blood, since your father has expired. No. I beg your pardon? I cannot. I want to do the right thing, I do. I want to help my country, but you've lied to me before. You lied all the time. I do not know what's going on, and if you'll give me my blood, I will not. You were doing so well. Let me guess. It's Maurice. And he's going to be like murder. Or tortured. Monsters are acting strangely. Detail, cover up, interrogate. Guys now prevent civil unrest. Commoner and the support of the human sisters attack an opposed princess. Sat down at a canceled chamber chair, it turned into snakes. Let's see, I've mainly counseling the princesses. That's interesting. The Empire took everything from me, even my child. His sisters threatened to take our home with their land distribution bill. We have little to offer, but please, Octavia, give us a respite when thin from Mia's borders. Okay. Oh, I trust you see my point. I saw it all too well.
Whatever sat on the other side of those portals was endless and full of mindless anger. Closing the leaks was beyond me, and although I was far from a scholar of soulmancy, I knew enough to understand that it was beyond any soulmancer the Empire has ever produced. If left to spew forth their monstrous streams, the leaks would eventually drown my Empire in blood.
Winchester to HP, she's in the back, so it doesn't matter. Okay, put that arcane diamond on something. It looks like we'll finally be replacing the Spectral Mash. Only 2 million each. It's funny. I'm really hoping I'm near the end of the game. I think I'm getting close, because so far I'm enjoying the game, but I really just want it to be done so I can move on and play other stuff. But hello, welcome, Imper. Thank you for joining as always. What the heck is that? Oh dear, it seems one of my chums is still in this place of existence. Be a doll and clean up my messes. I could, or I could drop you here and let this beast pull the pages from your spine. Very well, but with my last breath I will fill this world with more monsters than you can imagine. Your choice, Octavia. This is far from over, you pompous periodical. Periodical? Ouch, now that hurts. I prefer to think myself as a treasured tomb. Alright. Hey. Fine. You made your point, vile creature. Activate the infernal... Yeah, Spectral Mash. Fidelis, no! Ugh. No, no, Maurice, why did you do that? Why did I... I'm sorry, Cecil. Forgive my informality. I never dared say it, but I always thought of you as my daughter. Oh, geez, then why did you try to kill me? I'm sorry. It was I who decided to bring the book to you. I thought it our best chance of getting you home. I could see what it was doing to you. See who you were becoming. Who you were becoming. Your father. I'm nothing like him. Not yet, but you will be. Do you know, he saw the world as something to be saved once? He cared. He cared for... Oh man, this is the...
Not yet, but you will be. Do you know? He saw the world as something to be saved once. He cared. He cared for Nefernovia, and for you. But rule is not for the kind. His compassion died by 1,000 cuts. Even in the end, you would have said his cruelty served a greater good. He must have known, which is why he sent me to care for you, keep you from corruption, from the book.
I'm not gonna voice her. I'm sorry, I changed up, promise.
I know you mean well, but when we met Legatus Leander, I saw the truth. You were ready to kill Prince Kabir. Murder him in cold blood.
No, I did not. The grimoire lied. It said...
Of course it lied. That's all it does. I can't believe you would follow the grimoire blindly. You meant to kill Kabir, even though you knew he was innocent.
No, I swear.
I'm sorry. I love...
Death.
I had few friends like Maurice. Indeed, I had few friends at all. But in many ways, he had raised me, and I confess that as I watched the life pass from his body, I felt some of my better judgment depart with it.
Whoever the voice actress is, I can definitely hear her emotion pouring into the line. Poor Maurice. I always said it took too long for him to get to the climax. No, you can't. You sure can.
Without even thinking, I felt something in me reach out toward Maurice's soul, even as the grimoire swallowed it. An odd shiver passed over me, finally settling down at the bottom of my stomach as a small, soft ball of warmth. For a long moment, I froze. Then the truth of what I had done dawned on me, and I felt as if I would vomit.
What a delicious, complex food. It's exactly what I was craving. The umami of misery that comes from the hope of a hint of parents who were let down by their child. Monster. How could you do that to him? Stop it. You make me blush. He was dead. This is as though he had no further need of a soul. I have a pressing need for a great many souls. It's what Maurice would have wanted, really. Now, as you remains in the way, the fatal goddess has surrounded our city, but what you may not have noticed is that he himself is also surrounded. A foreign army has arrived and menaces his flanks. Facing a battle on all fronts, I suspect he may be open to negotiation. I don't want to hear any from you. My dear, I really need to buck up here. I'm quite moved by Maurice passing myself, you know. He proved an excellent stick when carrots failed to motivate you, and now I fear I must turn to less pleasant means when you refuse. Then I loved most in the world is dead by my own hand. What could you possibly do that's worse than that? Ah ha 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 ha, you are precious. Every time you've challenged me to hurt you, have I ever failed? Each new pain been worse than the last. The next time you disobey me, you will long for something as benign as watching your surrogate father's life drained away. By even very long time to learn where to bend humans so that they break, and I've gotten very, very good at it. What do you want? That's a good girl. Your blood shall come later. The more I devour, the hungrier I get. For now, first we meet and convince former Legatus Leander we wish to talk peace. We do not, of course. We wish to kill him in cold blood, and I get to devour all those poor lonely souls. Unless you have some objection. No. Delightful. Oh, great! I think this is it. Hopefully. Yep, we're gonna go with the good old fashions of the people that I keep using.
I'd convinced my father to send me to the front, ostensibly to win glory for the family and the Empire. But in truth, I'd only wanted to escape the madness and politicking and responsibility of being first princess in the capital.
That's really strong. The inspector of the city guard has uncovered a conspiracy implicating several princes. Several series of riots have been identified and captured. Sentinels are marching through the capital in support of the latest Sentinels. Sure, let's do it. Child's friend has reached out for help. Octavia, it is good to see you after all these years. Too much time has passed since we played, and I'm glad to return home to a friend. Is caught a quagmire and to dispute trade route and family claiming they are short on money. I will speak with the capital and find out what's going on. Chance of receiving rare gemstones is increased. Phenomenal. Oh, what a waste of an ult. Oh, we've added to the combo bar. Perfect block restores all AP. That's pretty good. Save data. Alright, I think this is going to be the last one before I go ahead and call it quits. Unless, you know, it turns out that there's one more. Her father's lash. I thought I did not carry a whip. It seems she is fated to bleed at my hands as well. Is it severe to drain on the Imperial? Patient the problem. Side with her. Solemn hurdle. Okay. Transfer moon to Order Apollon. Deals extra damage to enemies inflicted debuff when his AP meter is full. And restores. That's not that good. Reward. Okay, I guess I've got another in me. See what it looks like. Oh, it looks super good. I think everybody's actually done now.
Every generation says things are worse in their time than they've ever been. But I suspect that for mine, it was actually true.
Almost had it. Has been arrested. Sisters are leaning hard on their allies, attempting to force a vote. As a skilled statesman, you've made the finest decision your empire has seen since Emperor Trey. Shade of efficiency within the capital is multiplied tenfold. Why must you continue to annoy me? Do you not have an empire to run, or perhaps an empire to run away from? Leave the politics of the capital to those that live there. Must be one of the sisters. Sir shifts to Ravager stance. Jeez. Okay, I guess this is not going to be the end of it, but, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the stream for right now. I have a couple other things I have to do on some other games here. But hopefully we'll go ahead and wrap this up next time as we finish off Part 7. But for now, let's go ahead and end Part 6 here. Have a great day.